Hello, everybody. I believe we are live. I'm not sure about that because I had a little bit of a connection late. Apologies for that. But hopefully you can still hear me. Can you still hear me? I'm probably going to pause at this point just to see that, ensure that everybody can hear me. Yeah? Everybody, it's okay? Excellent, excellent. So let me see if we can hear, if we can hear and see me. Like I said, there was a bit of delay here. So, okay, my name is Tony Tiu. So, and you probably heard about this conference called the Inaugural Climate Change Conference, or African Net Zero Conference, right? It's happening in Cape Town this coming week, and you probably may be asking, so what's happening there? So, I just wanted us to have this discussion about that, yeah, because I'm slightly disappointed that I won't be able to attend, but I want to see to make a contribution. But let me see. Hopefully the connection is all back now, because it looks like it's a bit slow. Yeah, and when you're going live and directly, if you're having a bit of a field day, yeah, you may be struggling a little bit. So you can still hear me. So I'm just going to continue on the. I can see that actually everything is slowed down. But let me just still continue, hoping you can understand me still, right? So yeah, if you know this channel, so come to Renewable in Africa channel. So we are here to make sure that we demystify this sector for you, to give you that understanding that you need you to make, let's say, a sure step into this industry, this wonderful industry. So whether you're coming from an investment point of view, you have money that you want to place into this market, and you're looking for, let's say, important information, accurate insight for you to know where you put your foot. Yeah, that's fine. You'll find the information you're looking for here. Or if you're for a business, you're saying that you want to go renewables, you want to decarbonize as well part of your operation, you do not know necessarily how to operate that. And here, clearly, we can help you as well figure this out, right? So you just have to watch one of the video that we produced in the past, and you'll be good. Or maybe you could be telling me that you are a professional, you want to step into the sector, right? You don't necessarily know what is the pathway to go from where you're at now to becoming an expert and to working for a company, working for yourself, and have superb opportunity that you can actually exploit on a daily basis. So how do you do that? Guess what? Look no more, because this is exactly something that I've done myself. So in some of the videos I'm explaining, and also just you just watching this channel, so watching me, so contributing, engaging, you will get to learn as well yourself, right? And that's fine. And if you're looking for a much more structured way to acquire this knowledge, not a problem at all. So you at the right door, because we've done as well corporate training that I suspect will be interesting for you. So today, let's talk about this conference, the Africa Net Zero Conference, or Inaugural Climate Change Conference, right? So it's happening from the 28th of March all the way to the 30th of March, right? So that is what it's going to be in Cape Town, in a very distinguished place, you know. So I think you should not be struggling at all if you're looking for a nice venue where a nice event. Yeah, this is something definitely. Yeah, so you definitely want to go there. So I was due to go, and I was gearing up to be flying today, but last minute, you know, due to feeling a little bit under weather and so forth, you know. So obviously, I view my plan, but I wanted us to still to have my contribution, because a important topic. I want to talk about that, right? If Rudy is looking out for me and is watching, hey Rudy, like I say, I wanted to contribute here, but I want to give basically my 2 cents, or my 3 cents precisely, you know, why I believe it's important for you to platform five of them. Oh, I think we're back online now. Okay, We're back online. So I was just saying that. Oh, come on. Hmm. Uh-oh. I was still on live. Hmm. That is a little bit of a challenge. Let me see. Oh, okay. Guys, can you still hear me? Let me carry on because I believe that it looks like we may be back online. Yeah, we may be back online. And let me see. Because I can see that we still have a little bit of a connection issue, but I think we may be back online. Yeah. So let me just carry on. Okay. So I was just saying that I just want to do three reasons why I believe this conference is very very much important, and for you then to decide what to do with it. But that's quite important. So before we're just going in that and say, hey, we are broadcasting for 5 platforms. So if you don't know that, so you definitely want to make sure that you subscribe at least to one of them, and keep on supporting. Yeah. So there's 3 things that in what we want you to do. Number one, it's for you to first of all like the video. Like the video. That's very much important because that's what it's telling us whether or not you actually enjoy what you're seeing. Or if you don't like what you're seeing, comment. Comment if you like it. Comment if you don't like it. Tell us what you believe that we should be changing, and we actually will look at that. Definitely we make it a priority to address that if all of it makes sense. And the third piece of instruction that I want to give, it's for you just to share this video for people that you believe may be interested by what we're talking about, and we'll be very happy to discuss with them as well. Yeah. So this is what we're saying here. Now let me talk about the 3 reasons why I believe that it's very important to look at why this conference is quite special. The first reason for me, which can be kind of obvious, it actually says that a little bit in the title. That is inaugural, yeah, events. So climate change event, net zero event. And it's quite important for me because that's something the whole world is talking, and everybody keep on saying that, or at least Africa keep on saying that for Africa, it's something, it's a different approach. Okay, great. If there is a different approach, let's then have an event where we discuss about that different approach. Why is it different? So how different it is? So what should be? So that's one of the reasons for me why we want to have such an event where we have people looking at how the issue and the consequences of climate change affecting Africa themselves, right? So have African discussing about that, discussing about what they want to be doing in the future, yeah, and how are they going to be doing it. So that's what for me the first reason why clearly it should be interesting. And I found it also particularly interesting because we should be talking about that, but we also like a much broader conversation. I was talking to a colleague of mine today saying that so usually when we tackle this challenge, right? So look at that from the prism of power generation. But power generation is a lot larger than that. When you're talking about, for example, clean energy, renewables energy, well, you need to know that it actually would involve definitely power generation. That's part. It also will involve transport and heating. That's another part of it. And it definitely also will, yeah, transport. That's what we're going to say, and then heating as well. That's another strand. So all of that needs to basically tackle at the same time for a very, very complete, comprehensive conversation. To have all of it actually associated with you. It's not just transport that you're going to be looking. This is the reason I'm saying that it has to be a much more wider, comprehensive approach, and what actually makes it quite interesting. And when I look at the agenda for this conference, and by the way, I know that because I happen to be part of the organizing committee where we've been we had a number of meetings, sitting down, looking at what can we discuss and talk about, and I know what's happening, and because I know what's going to happen there, I know people that are going to be there going to have a very interesting conversation, and because it's going to be very, very diverse. Yeah, so that's something that I'm sure you want to see. Yeah, so that's for me the main reason why this conference is so special. As far as I understand, I'm not aware of any other conference making it the central piece of information that they discuss. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the main information that they want to be discussing. So you want to make sure that you're part of the conversation. If this is a conversation you'll be having on your own with your friends, and you're wondering, obviously, how can we all discuss it together and see whether we can reach a consensus? This is the place you want to go to. Yeah, that's one thing. The second thing I want to talk about, which is also very important, is that I've been to many conferences so far since last year, and I think I have kind of a relatively good sense of what's happening, what the decision, what is the position Africa is taking, which is Africa has not been causing the climate change. Africa is a very, very minor contributor to the global CO2 emissions. Yeah, and as such, Africa should be given the leeway to still exploit all the resources. Why on the long term maybe looking at renewable, but clearly invest in all the resources, because if Africa invests into all the resources right now, the addition to the contribution is very negligible. We're talking about 0.5%. So that's clearly the consensus that is forming, right? And that's what people are pushing forward. So beside that, you have other people that believe that, okay, yes, Africa definitely may not be a contributor, but Africa definitely is a significant casualty, yeah, of the climate change. Africa obviously bearing the brunt of this event, and as such, Africa should be careful to make sure that although still a minor contributor, they do not contribute to exacerbate even more the problem, and maybe they could be clever to sort of a jumpstart, leapfrog what is being seen as China right now, to go to a system whereby they won't have to deal with the consequences and still abide by the priority that the continent had. So that's sort of the two main strands. Basically, one, we want to use all our resources and continue, because anyway it doesn't make a big change and energy access is the priority. The second one is saying that yes, but why doing it? We want to make sure that we leapfrog the current technology, and we go maybe straight to renewables, right? The two seems to be sort of opposing one another, and obviously a common approach needs to be taken. And the common approach, what I've seen so far, is to say that we keep going the traditional way, right? We're just going to make it clean as possible. So that means if we're using coal, if we're using gas or oil, all we're just going to make sure is we, as much as possible, decarbonize the output as much as we can. So this way we minimize the problem even more. Yeah. And that for me, it's something that could be thoroughly discussed, because from one side to the other, sometimes what I find is not all the equation is taken into consideration. That's very much important. So I wouldn't be lying to you and saying that clearly I'm leaning toward the second approach, saying that, hey, although we're not a significant contributor, we still obviously need to see how we can give a big proportion to renewables. Now, obviously, I know that doesn't mean that we need to go all renewable right now, but I'm saying like there needs to be a proper plan, not just say that we're going to do that sometime in the future. Because knowing our history in Africa, I know if we just say that and we don't make some commitment toward which we're going to be driving, we're going to be driving to, we're going to find ourselves in 50 years time, 6 years time, still saying the same thing. So, yeah. So, but I also recognize that clearly energy access is one of the biggest, if not the biggest issue in terms of power generation, getting access, getting electricity to people, because that's what is driving the economy. So, yes, I want to have this conversation. Yes, I'm happy to have this conversation. And that's what I believe. And that's what you're going to see in the conference. You're going to have different viewpoints. You're going to have people making argument for offense, right? And you're going to also look at that sort of distributed across different sectors, right? Not just looking at power generation side. And that, for me, it's a conversation I really want to be seeing. Because when you go to other conference, what you see one session, two sessions talking about that. But here, you can have full 3 days looking at this kind of topic and go a little bit more in depth, so that when you come out of that, you have a much more broader and better idea what each of the options entail, right? And you'll be able either to support it within your company, or maybe just to stand against it. And in that case, you might want to campaign just to make sure you change course. So this is for me the second key information that I believe you're going to get when you go to this conference. Like I say, it's going to be brilliant people, because I've seen the speakers that are there lined up for there. I know a couple of people that are interested. I can tell you it's going to be interesting. Yeah. So the third piece of information why you want to go there, the third reason why you want to go there. Well, although I may not be there in person, right? So obviously virtually, which I'm doing right now. So I will still be looking to make my contribution. But I'm very excited because obviously there are two very, very bright people that will be replacing me. Yeah, they will stand instead of me. And like I say, I was saying to the organizer, listen, okay, I may not be attending, but I don't think you're losing anything, because these guys are superb individual, and I can't wait to see them delivering, right? So that's what I'm saying. So you're gonna have two very bright people, so Babawa and also Mokena. So clearly, like I say, they will keep you very, very interested in the topic that we going to discuss. So that's me, the third piece of information, third reason why you want to go. You want to find out who they are, right? Because if I'm saying to you that, trust me, they're extremely good, you definitely want to see them there, yeah? And that's good. On top of that, don't forget that what I say is actually, it's quite an inclusive conference. So you have people from, let's say, various walks of life, yeah, especially professionally speaking, yeah, meaning that when you stand there, for you attending that, there could be a lot of opportunity, a lot of opportunity. I'll tell you, for example, what happened to me. So obviously, as people knew that I was gonna participate into the conference, right? So I got approached to do like a major interview, which I'm hoping gonna be coming out soon, right? One that actually puts you in front of a number of investors, institutional investors, and I was very excited about it. So that's great, right? I wasn't expecting that. People reaching out to me, want to interview for podcasts. This is what happened. So imagine if you go there. Remember what I say, obviously, what we sometimes say with our client. So visibility is key. That's the first thing. Whatever you're selling as a product, as a service, you want to make sure that people get to know who you are. Because I talked to you about all the challenges, the issues that are going to be discussed there. Do you have a solution for that? Do you think you could be of a value for people that go and attend there? Then make sure that they get to know you. So how do you get to know you? You go there and you engage, because you have a concentration of people looking at the same topic. And if your product happens to be one of the products that these guys are desperately looking for, this is what I'm saying. You want to go there, you want to engage, you want to mingle with them. And that for me is the third piece of reason, right? Third reason. The fact that you have a combination of a good speaker plus the fact that you're going to be an amazing networking. This is something that you want to be doing, right? So that is what I wanted to say. And the fourth one, just for the go, because I think I said free, but I said at least free if you watch my message carefully. So the fourth one is very simple. It's just for me, as I say, so you go there because you want to answer some of your questions. And when you come out of that, you're gonna have answer to your question, and you're also gonna be doing it while expanding your knowledge even further. And that is great, because sometimes you struggle to find places where on this topic you can bring a lot of experts together and come out of it very, very knowledgeable. And this is what I'm suggesting to you. So clearly you want to make sure that you make your way towards the Africa Inaugural Climate Change event or Net Zero Conference, yeah, and exhibition. Definitely want to make your way to there. This is in Cape Town, and I'm sure, like I say, you won't be regretting it. So, yeah, that's what I had to say for today. I don't know if there's any question. I'm more than happy to respond to that. But if there's no question as well, so that's absolutely that's absolutely okay. Yeah. So let me say, either now when we're having this live, or we can outside are still gonna respond, and that's what I can suggest for you. So it's gonna be in Century City, yeah. So you want to make sure that you go there, the Century City Convention Center. So that's what I had to say for today. Probably gonna stop